beautiful edition of AM Cafe this morning as we venture into the another round of World of Sports and welcome you once again to AM Sports. Emmanuel Adeleke is my name as we give you back to back, we digest the stories from the grassroots level into the global level as we discuss sports from each and every aspect of sports, from football to golf to cricket, everything you want to hear, everything you want to see, every information that you need to get, we've got it covered this morning. Good morning. And once again, I will not be the only one here today this morning. I also have a versatile sports pundit who has been in the business for so many years. And welcome to the show, Mr. Daniel Dede.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you very much for having me. It's a privilege to be here, and it's a good one to be on the AM Sports Cafe this morning.
All right, so now moving on to just start with the Osun State, the Southwestern University competition that was hosted by Osun State. Let's just take the Osun State performance because the Southwestern University competition came to an end yesterday on the 1st of October, or September rather, 2024. Yeah. Osun State couldn't really do much as they were beaten by Lagos State in the volleyball boys series 2-0, 21-7, 21-5. While the Lagos female volleyball team also recorded a 2-1 win over against Osun. Also, the hockey event safe, Osun were also trashed in the final. Just looking at all the ramifications, how do you think Osun State perform going forward to the National Youth Games that is coming up earlier next year?
Well, to be fair, I was there live, and I can tell you confidently that Osun State really they lived up to the standards. I was even surprised by how they could come up with something like this. It was quite good, but it's in sports there's something we call luck. Luck wasn't on their side to some extent, but overall performance and overall the overview of everything, you could see that yes, Osun State is improving in terms of sports in Nigeria, because considering the fact that even the facilities that were provided, everything that were provided
was hosted in
yes, the host, they lived up to the standard, and in terms of performances also, their hockey games, you could see that yes, these girls, the female young girls, they were very, very good. They were up to the standard. Even the football, everything in terms of the sporting activities in the states is already getting. How do
you see our performance in the upcoming National Youth Game? How do you see Osun State performance generally in the upcoming National Youth Game?
Yes, they've been selected for I think for basketball. I think they've been selected for the male basketball part, and for them to be selected for, they deserved it. They earned it. So it's going to be a good one for them, and I believe that they're going to be making Southwest proud.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Daniel. So again, let's move on to the World Cup that is under 20 Women's World Cup that is currently going on in Colombia, where men in Nigeria are sleeping. The under 20 Falconets.
Yes, sir.
The under 20. Yeah. They beat Korea in their first opening match.
Exactly.
Against Korea Republic. Yes. Even though it took a long goal of Sebastian in the 86th minute to bring that victory. And now in the next match, Nigeria will play now the league leaders, Germany. You can see this is our rival. Yeah. So how do you think the Falconets can perform against Germany? How do you see the match that happened this midnight?
And the match was actually a good one, and we know the South Koreans to be a very, very tough opponent. And for us to prevail against all odds, against all circumstances, is a good one for us. And thanks to the substitute that came to, which was a beautiful goal. Let us start with that.
Yes, it was a beautiful goal.
Very, very beautiful goal. Yes. So, considering the fact that we are going to be facing Germany, we lost to Germany we
have lost to Germany in two
finals now. So we can call them our nemesis now because I don't understand. But it's a good one for us to be facing Germany now in the group stage. Okay. Instead of the knockouts. We might still eventually face them in the knockout stage. But now let us see their team play. Let us see what they are going to bring into the table now in this present competition, because let us study their game, and I hope that the Falconets, they are going to be doing something. They are going to be advancing. They are going to be picking up from the pieces of the mistakes they've made over the last two finals, and they are going to be making us proud. So let us see what is going to be coming out from there.
All right, thank you. Nigeria will be playing against the Falconets. Will be playing against Germany and also Venezuela on the 4th and 7th of September, respectively. These are the two remaining matches. The under 20 women, Nigerian under 20 women will play the Falconets. They will be playing against, as you said, our nemesis, and also they will play against Venezuela on September 4th and September 7th, respectively. Again, the Nigerian Football Federation has launched the use of communication gadgets for referees in the country. You know, the MPFL started on Saturday.
Yes.
The first time in so many years. The NRC, led by Benga Ogunleye, said the league is starting this date. And it started.
Exactly,
it started. So as one of the ambitions of the NFF president, Ibrahim Gusau, has officially launched the gadget at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium during 2024-2025 MPFL opener between Rangers International and Ekanami Warriors. So recall that Gusau has had a previous seminar of the ISOs made the promise in Abuja, which said it's part of the federation project to better relate of referee in terms of technology and improvement. How do you see these referees using communication gadgets? Even though it has been in Europe, referees have been using it for so many years, even in some other African countries, South Africa, Morocco, Egypt. Don't you think we come a bit late to the show?
Exactly, it's been long overdue. We've been long overdue in terms of using technology in the country, because it's been how many years now that VAR, goal line technologies, all sorts of technology has been used in Europe. So, as I said, it's been long overdue for us to be using it, and this is the right step. This is the right step forward it's the right step in the right direction in terms of football in Nigeria, because we using technologies now. The referees using technologies, communicating with each other. I know it might sound a little bit I don't know, maybe like we are still in the 90s or something, but yes, it's good that we are picking up the pieces, and we are already going at the paces at other Europeans. So with this, maybe the next one, the right direction might be the introduction of the VAR.
Okay, we hope so. That was one of the things the NFF president Ibrahim, he said before his administration, the duration of his administration, is currently working on to bring a video assistant referees to the MPFL, to Nigerian Premier Football. We just hope that this will be a continual run of projects. This will not stop here. So, and of course, it will currently improve, and from there, Nigerian sports can grow further, especially MPFL. I always say MPFL is the best league in the world.
Exactly.
And so, now MPFL, Enugu Rangers could not defeat the newly promoted Ekanami Warriors. They played a goalless draw at the Nnamdi Azikiwe Stadium in Enugu. Now, looking at the performance against a newly promoted side, these Enugu Rangers will be playing against an Angolan side that is in the CAF Champions League preliminary round in the second stage. Now, looking at the performances against a team that just promoted from NNL, Nigerian National League, to MPFL, but they could not get what? They could not get a victory at all in front of their fans in the first match of the league. I don't think this performance is woeful comparing this team that is going for the continent and they're expecting something from them as Nigerian fans are expecting. Don't you think this performance in the league is not really okay? Okay,
for starters, you cannot compare. We know we are both sport enthusiasts, so exactly. We cannot compare a league phase to maybe a tournament phase.
Of course.
You know, if you could recall, like to some extent, Manchester City, they've had a slow start several times to their seasons. Even Real Madrid, even right now, they're having a slow start. Or even we just have to give thanks to maybe Kylian Mbappe that just tried to do something yesterday. But apart from that, the teams have been known to have a slow start. It's about footballing league is more about consistency and you keeping up the pieces. Now they didn't lose; it was more of a draw.
But they played against newly promoted LLS at Ekanami Warriors. If they have played against Ayuba or Rivers United, Lemon Stars, and if the match has ended the same way as it has ended, we wouldn't have been called for. There wouldn't have been a cause for alarm.
Okay.
But Ekanami Warriors are newly promoted. They just came from NLL. And Enugu Rangers, don't forget, won the league last season. And so we just coming up in this first match of the season, and they could not perform against the Ekanami Warriors. Don't you think this performance will affect them in the continent?
Okay. you cannot even we cannot say that because they just got promoted that they are not good. Okay, maybe there might be some lack, so there can be some lagging and all that, but we cannot fault the Rangers and players right now, because we know league cannot be predictable. Not anything can happen in the league phase.
It's a marathon.
So exactly. So let's just hope that, let's just see what they have under their sleeves, and maybe they could pick up the pieces from the mistakes they had. Because they didn't take their chances.
That's what the Fidelis Ikechukwu.
Yes, they didn't take their chances. They didn't take their chances. So
they wasted so many chances.
Exactly.
They are going to learn from their mistakes and to see what they will be up against in the next round of the competition. So by September on Saturday, they continue the round 1 of the NPFL. We continue with so many fixtures coming up. So let's move on to what? Let's move on to Europe. Before we move on to Europe, there is something concerning one of our Nigerian superstars, which the tides are not really good for him at the moment. I'm talking about Victor Osimhen. Unfortunately, the move to Chelsea was cut off. Again, Napoli has said it's not part of their plans this season. Again, today it will be the end and closure of what? Of Saudi Arabia or Asia and some other Europe clubs transfer window. What do you think, Victor? What do you think about all these old issues, all this old saga about Victor Osimhen, his age and his performances and what? And also, is the problem at the moment?
No, let me do some ground levels into this. Victor Osimhen, I have to give him kudos because he knows his worth. There are some things that even you yourself, you are like, yes, I know my worth. I cannot go below my standard. This man finished 8th in the Ballon d'Or rankings.
Yes, he finished 8th. He's the first Nigerian to finish.
Exactly. He's the best. He's the African best player. Yes. They were Chelsea were offering him.
But Chelsea, the new sporting director of Chelsea.
Yes.
He said they have come up with a structure of not just paying footballers outrageous wages. Okay. So what Chelsea are saying is that Victor Osimhen should cut up in the slacks, like he should fall into the system, and Victor Osimhen is not having it.
Okay, let me explain something to you. Do you know the reason why Victor Osimhen actually extended his contract? Let me put it like that. He extended the contract with Napoli.
Yes, last season.
So you expect the best player in Africa, a Ballon d'Or ranking, one of the most prolific strikers in the world. I could say he's part of the top. Like if you are calling strikers according to their maybe Potigi and their standard, yes. Victor Osimhen is part of the top 5 because he's one of one. He's so brilliant.
Of course.
So you expect a player of that type of standard.
He has scored over 110 goals in 200 appearances.
You see that?
So this is what Saudi Arabia is offering.
You see that?
Still yet, I don't think based on the judgment that happened, it doesn't want Saudi Arabia.
Yes, I was still going to that. I was still going to that. So Chelsea was offering him more like change to him. It's not even up to the what was earning
in Napoli.
So why will you go to Chelsea for that kind of amount? I know that yes, players go for passion, they go for legacy and all that, but now. That is the main reason why he didn't go to Saudi Arabia, to my own understanding, because you know Saudi Arabia they are for people that maybe they are for old people. They have coverage won't be on him in Saudi Arabia on like in Europe. Yes, exactly. So it's more like hush. It's I don't know. It's not balanced now. But now him staying in Napoli too is not a good one for him because it's not part of their plan.
It's not part of their plan.
Exactly. So now. I don't know. Maybe he's going to stay without football till January when clubs.
Don't you see that would be staying in his career?
I can't say he's staying, but okay. Let me give you an instance. Ivan Toney.
Yes.
His own is there even maybe due to it was due to betting reasons. Yes. And now he's back to his best. I think he's at Saudi Arabia. Even before he went to Saudi Arabia, yes. Apart from that, you could see when he came back to the scene, it was good.
Of course.
Tonali too of Newcastle. He also had the setback also. But so these things they might affect a footballer psychologically. But if he sticks to his character and maybe he trains them more, he works harder. Even though he cannot get into the Antonio Conte system again.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Daniel.
Yes.
We just hope Victor Osimhen. We hope him for the best, and possibly there will be a good move for him to leave Napoli and the January transfer window. Let's just run into some EPL result that happened this weekend. This weekend is starting with Arsenal against Brighton with 1-1 draw. Nottingham Forest drew against to Southampton. 1-1 draw. Leicester could not curtail Aston Villa. Aston Villa defeated Leicester by 2-1. Ipswich and Fulham drew the game. Bournemouth did to Chelsea also against Crystal Palace 1-1. But the game that happened that still surprises many people yesterday is the embarrassing loss between Manchester United and Liverpool.
See, I don't know. I don't have any news to say on that. My club disappointed me.
You Manchester United?
Yes, it was sad because even the overall play, it was, oh my God. At home, for that matter, it was sad.
Many people are faulting Casemiro on that incident. What many people said, it was looking at the analysis and the ratings. Casemiro was not at his best yesterday. In fact, one of the commentary or the commentators said yesterday that Casemiro was one of the best players yesterday. Don't you think Manchester United need another defensive midfielder apart from Casemiro?
That's why they've gotten Manu Ugarte.
Do you think it's referring to the system? So we just and again, Erling Haaland has become the fastest player in English football Premier League history. He has become the fastest player to score 8 hat-tricks in less than 100 games.
That man is colonizing the Premier League.
Okay. That was it for Erling Haaland. Erling Haaland has become the first player to score the fastest hat-trick in PL history. Manchester City defeated West Ham on Saturday as the Norwegian man became the first ever player to score 8 hat-tricks in less than 70 matches. He has now scored 260 goals in his overall career at just 24 years of age.
Yes, I think it might be up to Ronaldo's. It might be up to that to some extent. So let's see how it goes.
And so this is the table of what? This is the table of EPL at the moment, and this will where we cut the curtain for today's program. Just remind. Thank you, Mr. Daniel, for.
Thank you very much.
We hope we see you tomorrow, sir.
No problem.
So on the spot, I just always say to the producer of this program, Mr. Adeyemi Abodene, and also don't forget the executive producer of this AM Cafe, Ms. Shola Ogunleye. And also, I always say, sports, there's no discrimination, no matter your ethnicity, no matter your tribe, no matter your religion, no matter where you are. Sport is for one, sport is for all. My name is Emmanuel Adeboye. See you tomorrow.
Then pressure can quickly be applied via the counter-attack and you can be exposed